Well, how do the Chumses? I, Captain Steve, and today, Chums, for you guys out there inside of the viewerverse, I've got another speculation video for you. Yes, this time, 3 things that I think the Myth Beacon will do in-game. So here we go. We're going to start off. Well, to be fair, I think all 3 of these are quite reasonably plausible, as equal as much as each other. So if I scroll down, I'll show you what the Myth Beacon is. Oh, I haven't actually purchased that. I'll have that. Thank you very much, Johnny5. So here we have the Myth Beacon. Let's have a quick read. So this is an experimental summoning technology. The results of Nada's research into the unusual patterns detected in the stories of the Gek, Korvax and Vy'keen. The beacon broadcasts a signal echo attuned to the shift historiographical flux mapped by Nada's travelling companions. Specialist Polo is unwilling to predict the results of the broadcast. And yes, you can buy more than one at 80 Quicksilver a pop, so they're not all that expensive. So that makes me wonder whether we might be using them quite often, and therefore maybe, you know, the encrypted missions that we used to get that pop up as well as Quicksilver missions, but they've got a purpley type logo. I'm wondering whether we might have to use these Myth Beacons to decode and decrypt the encrypted missions to see what sort of rewards we get before we run them and lock in the actual rewards. And perhaps maybe those missions that we run might be the previous Quicksilver missions from yesteryear, from seasons 1 and 2, for anybody that may have missed out on all that summary lore, which would be pretty darn freaking epic if you could actually choose which mission to run. So yeah, so you can actually hit up all the old lore. That could be a thing. So next off, for you guys, my other theory is perhaps we're going to be using them in future expeditions, and there's going to be encrypted missions, just like there was inside of Beachhead. Hit on up the Beachhead reward, execute the Mondo, kaboom! So to stop people from actually getting into the game files inside of Expedition 2, the Beachhead, yes, there was 2 encrypted missions, and you had to use that sort of Myth Beacon to decrypt those 2 missions to find out what the rewards were. Now, it could be that in future expeditions, they're going to do that with the top tier rewards to stop people from spoiling it for the rest of the community by data mining, and perhaps we're going to have to use the Myth Beacons in future expeditions. Now, inside of the game files right now, people have gone into the game files and taken a look-see, we can actually see the folder structure for Expedition 5. But what it is, this is an exact copy of Expedition, I think 3 or 2, one or the other. But at the moment, we're wondering whether we might have to use these Myth Beacons to unlock what the top tier rewards are, or to keep certain things secret with inside of future expeditions inside of No Man's Sky. Heck yeah, so that's another sort of theory that I've got bouncing around in my head right now. So yes, I've done a recent video on how Hello Games is planning to move expeditions towards the cloud in a very much similar sort of style to the Weekend Missions. I'll put a cloud in the top right hand corner. Righto, so the last and final sort of theory on the Myth Beacons and the Dossier Meteor. Yeah, because you had to use these 2 things in tandem with one another, chums. I'm wondering whether Hello Games just forgot that they actually put them inside of the Quicksilver Merchant, and actually forgot that you could transfer over the Dossier Meteor as natural reward. So I'm wondering whether these 2 things might be completely redundant, and we might just have some, de-used, defunct tech sitting in all of our game saves right now, chums. I mean, that is plausible as well. I mean, when you actually look at these items, they are quite cheap, and like I say, you can buy them in abundance as a consumable item. Well, why are they consumable? I mean, even when I actually fired up mine to find the Normandy, it didn't actually remove it from my inventory space. I still managed to keep hold of my Myth Beacon, so I didn't see it actually disappear on my save. I don't know whether that was a bug at the time or what. Who knows? Who freaking knows? But yes, it could be that they've just been left in by a freaking mistake, people. Yeah, so I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings. If you want to slap them into the comment area, that'd be very awesome and much obliged. Goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye again. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please hit a like and a subscribe, and I'd like to say a massive great big thank you to all of my backers over on Patreon and over on YouTube membership. Thanking you, backers. And if you want to support this channel, just don't skip the adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or yeah, just stay with Captain Steve that little bit longer and hit something on this screen. There's merch here now too.